Welcome back. Today we are tackling coin change 2, a classic problem in the realm of dynamic programming. This problem is a fantastic way to understand how to count combinations and how it differs from simply finding the minimum number of coins. Here is the problem. You are given an integer representing a total amount of money and an array of distinct integers representing coin denominations. Your task is to compute the number of combinations that make up that amount. The key rule here is that you have an infinite supply of each coin type. Let's look at an example to make this concrete. Suppose the amount is 5 and your coins are 1, 2, and 5. We can make 5 using just a single 5 coin, or 2 2s and a 1, or a 2 and 3 1s. Finally, we can use 5 1s. That gives us a total of 4 distinct ways. A critical distinction to make is that order does not matter. 1 plus 2 is the same combination as 2 plus 1. If we counted those as different, we would be calculating permutations, which is not what this problem asks for. To ensure we only count unique combinations, we will iterate through our coins one by one. This brings us to the core logic. To find the number of ways to make an amount, I, we add the number of ways to make the amount, I minus coin. Basically, if we decide to include a specific coin, the remainder is simply the current amount minus that coin's value. Here is our plan. First, we create an array called dp, sized to the amount plus 1, and initialize it with zeros. We set the 0 index to 1 because there is one way to make 0 amount, by choosing nothing. Then, we iterate through each coin, and for each coin, we update the array values from the coin's value up to the total amount. Let's trace this with our example. We start with coin 1. For every amount from 1 to 5, we add the value from the current index minus 1. Since index 0 is 1, this value propagates through the entire array. This makes sense. There is exactly one way to make any amount using only pennies. Next, we introduce the coin 2. We start updating from index 2. At index 2, we add the value from index 0. At index 3, we add the value from index 1. Notice how the values start to increase. At index 4, we now have 3 ways because we are adding the ways to make 2. Finally, we process coin 5. We only update starting from index 5. We take the value at index 5, which is 3, and add the value at index 0, which is 1. 3 plus 1 equals 4. This gives us our final answer, which matches our manual count from earlier. Here is the Python implementation. We initialize the list, set the base case, and then run our nested loops. The order of loops is crucial here. The coin loop must be on the outside to ensure we are counting combinations, not permutations. Finally, we return the last element of the array. For complexity, the time complexity is big O of n times a, where n is the number of coins and a is the amount. We visit every state once for every coin. The space complexity is big O of a because we optimized our storage to use a single one-dimensional array.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.